Good evening. I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. A man is shot and killed on St. Thomas. Vandals hit a school on St. Croix, and you won't believe the damage. A modern-day Bonnie and Clyde on St. Croix. And why is China spending so much money in the Caribbean? Inquiring minds in the U.S. want to know. Those stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, police on St. Thomas are investigating the fatal shooting of a 21-year-old man who was found unresponsive inside a vehicle. Police were dispatched to the scene in Pillsbury Heights at approximately 4:30 a.m. yesterday by 911 emergency operators. When they arrived on the scene, they observed a male later identified as 21-year-old Lincoln Lewis in the driver's seat of a red Suzuki Jeep. EMTs on the scene said the victim suffered several gunshots to his body, and he was pronounced dead on the scene. Police are still investigating and are asking for your help. Please call detectives at 715-5522, 714-9834, or as always, if you know something, say something. Call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS. And in other news, the Alexander Henderson Elementary School is suffering at the hands of vandals. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story.
Don't let me scare you, folks. I'm not Jesse James or Billy the Kid. We are inside of Alexander Henderson School. It's contaminated to the point where we had to cancel school. I'm here with Gary Malloy, Insular Superintendent. Well, Gary, this is not good. Someone's urinated in a lot of the classrooms, made it despicable to the point where you had to shut down until further notice as we take a look here. And this has happened again and again after the holidays. As the holidays go, the police do their best. I personally saw a police officer behind Juanita Gardine make a routine check over the holiday. But lo and behold, the good-for-nothings got in here and damaged this place pretty bad. Can you want to comment on what we're seeing and what's going on?
Thank you, Wes, and listening audience, viewing audience. It's a sad day here at Henderson when the vandals came in and did what they did. Right now we're in the primary wing where the primary damage here was the fire extinguishers were released all over this corridor and in several of the classrooms. There's different areas have different degree of damage, from fiberglass ceilings down to urine in certain areas. And as a precaution, we have to make sure that we properly and thoroughly clean this place.
Now, you know who these people are. You have video of these people. They were on surveillance, true?
Well, I just want to let you know it's under investigation. We do have video footage, and it's in the hands of the police, and we're reviewing it to make sure that we prosecute the full extent of the law.
Was anything stolen, Gary?
To our knowledge, no. It seems like it's just been ransacked and just recklessness in terms of what was happening within the building.
I hear possibly you had an adult mentioned in one of your press releases. Is that true? An adult was here, you think?
We've been able to get a good look and see that we know it started on Wednesday. We're still, again, reviewing a lot of the footage to take a look because we don't believe that this was done on one time or by one individual. So we do have some footage with some individual on tape with a dog within the building.
Dog?
An individual with a dog. We're not sure if they're adult, but an individual with a dog. And again, it's under investigation, and we're getting more footage.
You can't describe what type of dog it was?
No.
All this is under investigation?
Yes. In talking to Principal Abel, the only thing, especially since that, a lot of our computers, a lot of our, TVs, VCRs, DVD players, nothing of that nature seemed to have been stolen. So we know that there's been some fundraising by the 6th grade class for their upcoming field trip, and we believe that the motive might have been that they were looking for money.
How many security guards were on campus from Wednesday till today?
Well, we didn't have security guards on campus because we do have our surveillance system. But rest assured, we had the security here from last night And we intend to keep them until we can get some semblance of what's happening. Because one of the other major issues that we found was that a lot of the spare keys, the keys that were locked in the office, all are missing. So we're in a situation where we're going to have to change the locks as well. A lot of the classrooms that were locked, they gained entry through the ceiling. They removed some ceiling tiles and went up. And that, we're speculating, and that's how a lot of the fiberglass got down. But in the areas where they did not have keys, for example, in the nurse's office, they had to have a key. In the counselor's office, they did not have a key, could not get through the gate, but they went through the ceiling and through the bathroom. So, there was different points of entry in different rooms.
How much cash is this going to cost? I'm looking at the maintenance guy over there. He's got his calculator in his hand. It's not good.
Well, I don't know. We don't know as yet, but we know that we have 3 very clear and distinct phases that needs to be done. Mr. Matthew, Director of Maintenance, could take us through that.
We're in a cleanup mode at this time. And of course, right now you see the cleaners cleaning thoroughly the chemicals that were dissipated by the fire extinguishers. And also the locksmith would be soon coming here to change the locks for security reason.
When do you think school will be reopened here?
Well, again, it's a day by day. For example, the first phase is the first general cleanup. The second phase has to be we're going to have to get the air conditioning people in here to thoroughly blow out the system, the central system. Plus, we're going to have to clean each of the individual units for the classrooms. And then we'll do a final cleanup before anybody can come back in here.
We're not looking good this week, are we?
Well, right now, based on the cleanup, we're going to look at the status. They've already started with this first area. Again, there's several other areas that needs to be done. We're setting up. We call OSHA for some consultation. We have a meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. And so, again, to keep a status, as of right now, again, it's day by day, and we're going to make an assessment as to where we are based on where we are with the cleaning.
Stay tuned to News Channel 8 and the media. We'll try to keep you updated with Gary Malloy, Mr. Matthews. It just breaks our hearts, folks, to see the looks on their faces, which, of course, it's hard to see because we've got these masks on. But it is a bad situation in Frederickstead and Alexander Henderson. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And the VIPD recently made arrests and seized drugs at an abandoned house on St. Thomas. Here's VIPD spokesperson Melody Rames with more.
Members of the Virgin Islands Police Department Criminal Intelligence Unit on St. Thomas arrested 2 suspects who were utilizing an abandoned house to package and sell drugs. More than 250 grams of illegal drugs and a handgun were seized. The arrests were made at about 3 p.m. on Wednesday, April 4th, while the intelligence unit was making a routine inspection in Estate Canton and noticed suspicious activity in and near an abandoned house located near the car wash. Police said the area is known for the sale of narcotics and other illegal activities. As officers approached the house, they observed 2 suspects inside. One suspect was in the act of placing marijuana into vials for individual sale. The suspects were later identified as 21-year-old Michael Liverpool and 23-year-old Gerald Jackson. Officers said both men live in Estate Canton. The suspects were in possession of at least 250 grams of crack cocaine, and marijuana. A handgun was also found at the same location. Liverpool and Jackson were arrested and charged with possession of narcotics with the intent to distribute, and bail was set at $60,000 each. At the same time, police also arrested Joshua Rojas, age 23, and charged him with third-degree assault and reckless endangerment. Police said Rojas threw rocks and bottles which narrowly missed the officers while they were placing the other suspects under arrest. Bail for Rojas was set at $10,000, and all 3 suspects were turned over to the custody of the Bureau of Corrections, pending their court appearances.
Thanks, Melody. And a story that we brought to you about a hit-and-run accident in Calcahoon just a few weeks ago. An arrest has been made. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the details.
We are in Calcahoon. I'm here with Juan Velez. You might remember that it was just a few weeks ago when they buried 40-year-old Christian E. Soto, better known as Chavo. And this man with some concerned citizens were talking about this hit and run that happened February 18th. Yes. And First of all, I want to read you the charges and what happened. First of all, he's been charged. 28-year-old Owen Brown of Frederickstead, in state jealousy he lived, charged with negligent homicide, involuntary manslaughter. Brown was arrested by police officer Arthur Joseph on a warrant issued by Judge Magistrate Jessica Gallivan. Brown charged with, listen to this, reckless driving, failure to report an accident, speeding, operating an unregistered vehicle, and leaving the scene. He hit him right here at Farley Soto Avenue, where you see the tree with the ribbon. Mr. Velez, this is something perhaps you didn't know. As we watch Soto's picture here, did you know that 1 hour before the accident, this is coming from unofficial sources, 1 hour before the accident, Jabo Soto was involved with another man in an altercation in a nightclub right before this hit and run. Did you know that?
No, we did not.
Right? Meanwhile, bail for Brown is $75,000. Reprimanded, right to jail. 712-6077, 1-800-222-TIPS or 911. Well, then, as far as that altercation in the club, we're going to let the detectives and everyone figure that out. Who knows? Could that be connected? That altercation in the club and this hit and run? We don't know. But I will remind you that all suspects are innocent until proven guilty. You hold the T-shirt up behind where it happened with the tree with the ribbon, and you have this from the funeral. How does this make you feel now that we have a possible suspect behind bars?
Well, for a short while, we were kind of not satisfied with the Department of Justice because it took so long for any information to get to the family. But now we're beginning to see some kind of retribution for the death of Chabo. You know, he was knocked down as if though he was a dog. We don't want to seem like we want vengeance or anything. It's just that it was a little short on the Department of Justice to bring any kind of information for the family. But now we see that something is being done, and we are beginning to get some satisfaction. We're beginning to believe in the Department of Justice again.
Someone had to see what happened that night. Someone might have information about the aftermath. So once again, 712-6077, 712-6037, or 1-800-222-TIPS, or you could call 911. By the way, anybody address the open trench over there where the camera's getting ready to zoom in? Remember
not yet, not yet. One of our neighbors here cut the grass a little bit there, but it's still hidden. Anyone can fall there. There's a car.
Did this for the children, didn't he?
Yes.
So the children can get out of the road.
Yes, definitely.
I think this is a good example, as we can see. So the problem is still not alleviated in Calcahoon.
No, it's just a matter of the ditch being a little deep, and it's kind of hidden where the public cannot see it. If anyone was to drive off the road and not know that the ditch is there, they will definitely be stuck there until help came.
In Calcahoon, near the bridge that bears the last name of this man, Farley Soto Avenue. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
The entire News Channel 8 team would like to congratulate Miss Savannah Lyons Anthony, the brand new 2012 St. Thomas Carnival Queen. Way to go. Now there's a welcome mat for China and an exit sign for England. Want to know what that means? We'll have it for you in your Caribbean report. Now here's your Caribbean report. From Puerto Rico, some unfortunate news. The Iowa National Guard says 49-year-old Staff Sergeant Corey A. Middlestein of Sioux City drowned and died last Wednesday while swimming in the Atlantic Ocean near Aguadilla. Middlestein was a member of the Civil Engineering Squadron, 185th Air Refueling Wing, Iowa Air National Guard. He was in Puerto Rico working on upgrades to military facilities and is survived by his parents and 3 children. All of us here at News Channel 8 send our condolences to him and his family. From the Caribbean region, China is buying inroads in the Caribbean and the U.S. is taking notice. For example, a brand new $35 million stadium opened up in the Bahamas a few weeks ago, a gift from the Chinese government. Dominica received a grammar school, a renovated hospital, and a sports stadium, courtesy of the Chinese. Antigua and Barbuda got a power plant, a sports stadium, a cricket stadium, and a new school is on its way. all courtesy of the Chinese. And the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago can also thank Chinese contractors for the craftsmanship in her official residence. The Chinese have flexed their economic prowess in nearly every corner of the world, but planting a flag so close to the U.S. has generated some intense vetting. From the Turks and Caicos, almost 3 years after inviting the British to help get to the bottom of widespread corruption allegations by the ruling elite, an increasing number of Turks and Caicos Islanders now want them gone, complaining that the ongoing $11 million a year criminal investigation has gone on too far and too long, and the costly remedies the British government is imposing are more than they bargained for. So far, 13 people have been charged in the political corruption scandal. From the Dominican Republic, the pilot of Joaquin Chapo Guzman, head of the Sinaloa cartel and one of the world's most powerful drug lords, for whom the U.S. offered a $30 million reward, has been arrested in the Dominican Republic, the presidency's advisor on narcotics announced Monday. Marino Vincenio Castillo said the detention came after a recent sweep in Santo Domingo by the U.S. DEA and local agents, leading to the arrest of 2 Mexicans, while a third suspect of Colombian origin managed to escape during the raid in a hotel in the capital. And in your cricket update, Chris Gayle and the West Indies Cricket Board have finally reached an understanding that paves the way for the former West Indies captain to return to the national team for the second half of the upcoming tour of England. However, the deal's success will be tested by an ongoing lawsuit to which Gayle is a party between the West Indies Players Association and the board. Gayle hasn't played for West Indies since the 2011 World Cup a year ago. Be sure to check Facebook for updates on all the stories we report on in our Caribbean Report. We have full details right there. Now, a real-life Bonnie and Clyde were arrested on St. Croix recently. Here's VIPD spokesperson Melody Rames with the story.
Criminal Investigation Bureau detectives on St. Croix arrested a male and female, charging them with kidnapping and robbery. Police said an 18-year-old victim was assaulted and forced at gunpoint to drive to another location and give them valuables. Police were notified of the incident at about 5 a.m. on Monday, April 9th. The male victim told police that he was in Estate Castle, Coakley, when another male, later identified as Odari Messiah, age 22, assaulted him by punching him in his face. Messiah was accompanied by a female, later identified as Genesis Casanova, age 21. The victim said the male, who was armed, demanded money. However, the victim said he did not have any money. The male suspect forced the victim at gunpoint to get into the victim's car, and the female also got into the car. The victim was forced to drive his vehicle to his home in Estate Barron Spot. At the residence, the victim gave the suspect several pieces of silver jewelry and a laptop which was valued at $750. Both suspects then left the area on foot. The victim was treated for lacerations to his face and neck at the Governor Juan F. Louis Hospital. Detectives conducted an investigation and located the suspects in Estate Castle, Coakley the same day at about 1:30 p.m. Both suspects were arrested and placed on a $75,000 bail each and remanded to the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility pending their court appearance.
It's volleyball in your Sports 411 when we come back.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
Here's Stephen Koo Francis with your Sports 411.
Thanks a lot, Stacy. The U.S. Virgin Islands under-16 boys volleyball team squared off against the defending champion Curacao in the Caribbean Youth Volleyball Championship Tournament at the Ronald Charles Gymnasium last Wednesday. Let's go to the tape. Well, the USVI team took full advantage of playing at home, winning 5 games, advancing them to the championship where they faced the defending champs Curacao. Well, after the opening ceremonies and the national anthems for both islands, it was time to play ball. Well, Knight Gonzalez got the USVA off and rolling as he brought the thunder. Oh, buddy! The USVI defense was tough too, as they taught Curacao that in life you got to deal with rejection, son. Oh no! Folks, check out this rally. It went on for 44 seconds as both teams went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But in the end, it was the USVI coming away with the point as they had the early lead 8-5. The USVI started to pull away and giving some sprawling tattoo in the process. First, Gonzalez, ouch! Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Then Evans, whoa, Nelly, as the USVI won the first set 25-19. In the second set, the USVI was executing the game plan which Coach Daniel drew up to perfection. As they continue to bring the pain, I came to bring the pain, I came to bring the pain. As they won the second set 25-21. The USVI was one set away from the championship. Well, in the third set, Curacao showed why they were the defending champs as they respond, taking the third set 25-14. In the fourth set, the USVI had Lady Luck on their side. Check out this play by Gonzalez as he was able to just get the ball over the net and scoring the point in the process. Oh, buddy. Folks, that point was huge as the USVI was up 23-20. Then Gonzalez with one of his game-high 19 kills that set up match point as the home crowd was rocking and rolling on the edge of their seats, some of them on their feet with anticipation. Let's listen in. Yes, they did it as the USVI won the Caribbean Youth Volleyball Championship.
To the goal, man. Tell me how you feeling right about now, man. I'm speechless because we waited until last night we played a pretty good game. And then tonight, you know, we played a good first two sets and then we had that little mental breakdown. And we got it together in the fourth set and won it. So, Curacao, they didn't go lightly. We know we had to work for it. And I keep telling them we have a special team. And the only team that could beat us in this tournament is ourselves. And we almost did it tonight. But we got it together. And I'm proud of these guys. Last week, man, you guys got to definitely win this. And you played your heart out. Big win tonight. Talk about the win.
I love this win, man. We started off strong in the first two sets and ended strong. Third set, we had a little misunderstanding, but we bring them back together in the fourth set. And we did it, man.
All right, congratulations, man.
The Virgin Islands Volleyball Federation would like to thank all of you for coming to the United States Virgin Islands and doing your best. Many of the fans said that they enjoyed the camaraderie among the athletes and the way you supported each other. We saw your determination to represent your island well, and you should return home full of pride and proud of your efforts.
Folks, then it was time for the hard way. The USVI girls got third place. Haiti was second. And Trinidad won the Caribbean Youth Volleyball Girls Championship. For the boys, it was Barbados coming in third. Curacao was second. And the USVI won the Caribbean Youth Volleyball Boys Championship. Naib Gonzalez, he won the MVP of the tournament. Once again, I want to congratulate the U.S. Virgin Islands Boys Volleyball team. Job well done. That's a look at Sports 411 update. I'm Stephen Francis for News Channel 8. Back to you, Stacy.